The Best Hit USA。こんばんは、小林和也です。今オレゴン州ポートランドに来ておりまして、ここでバンヘイレンのコンサートが、始まっています。今日はこの模様をちょっとお伝えしようと思うんですが、ご存知の通りバンヘイレンは今年の5月にOU812 という LP を出したんですが、その後4つのグループを率いてモンスター・オブ・ロックツアーというのを全米でやりました。そしてその後独自の自分たちだけのコンサートを約2ヶ月続けてきたわけですが、今日のこのコンサートを入れるとあと2回で全米ツアーが終わるということで、彼らは相当熱く盛り上がっております。すでにコンサート始まっておりますので、ちょっと覗いてみたいと思います。
Japanese spaceships. Yeah. I don't know, we might be screwing ourselves.
Well, the lighting system here consists of about 800 some odd lamps. It's a combination of par lights, vari lights, mole phase. The technology involved is vari lights. There's a computer motor controller that allows the truss sections to move independently and together in pre-set up cues so that we can take and design a shape of the truss, load it into the computer, and then push a button and the truss will assume a different shape depending on what we've loaded into it. There's a lot of excitement, but I hope not to have so much going on that it takes away from the band. The idea is to make their performance stronger, not try and compete with them or make it more exciting than the band on stage.
Guide to Nagoya Castle.
Are you going to Japan?
Yes, I hope to. If this drum riser goes to Japan, I'm going to Japan.
Can you tell us about this drum riser?
Well, it goes 18 feet in the air. It's 16 feet wide. It spins 360 degrees. Weighs 5,280 pounds. And it hurts when it rolls over your little foot.
So this goes to Japan too, huh?
Yes, yes.
You're a sick human being, Whipper. Very sick. Steve Walenda, ladies and gentlemen. Yay!
Straight on.
1.5 hours before the show. How you feel now?
I'm passing Chris.
Wishing it was
Yeah.
wishing it was an hour and a half later.
This is pretty soon you're gonna end the American tour,
It's the
right?
second to the last show.
You before the stage, you feel anything? I mean, you height what they call pump.
Pump?
Pump? Hump? Or how do you...
Before the show? I don't. It's what I do. I just stretch out real good so that when I hit the stage, that's when you get pumped. When the audience hits, you get so pumped that you hurt yourself if you're not stretched out. So I do a lot of exercises first. But I try not to get pumped before the show. I try to stay calm and relaxed, personally.
Tell us about the album. We haven't. How was that made? I mean, see, before you wrote the songs, right? Besides one song, which was a Little Feat song, all of 4 of you written the song, materials, right?
You want me to tell you the truth?
Yeah.
Get these guys out of the camera. See, I write all the songs, I play all the instruments, I set up the lights, I drive the trucks, I collect the money, I send out the flyers, I do the promotion, I manage the band, I do the hiring and firing.
Why did you do that? I just saw you checking the sound.
Good thing I didn't hear that.
Yeah, we just had to check the sound of the band too.
If I knew that's what happened.
No, actually, this record was a lot more fun. Not actually a lot more fun. It was different than 50 and 50 because we got to know each other even better
Right.
than before. Before 50 and 50, the magic was there, the excitement was there because it was the first time that everything came together so quickly and it worked real well. But this time on OU 812, we had time to explore each other a little further musically, and we'll see what happens next time.
I mean, could you explain the video? You know, was it? Is it like the other ones?
No, it's different.
It's very different song.
We came into this video as ourselves a lot more, just kind of, got in our own cars, drove in, and just went and did the video instead of getting dressed up for it and stuff. And we all shot individually. 8 hours, Alex. 8 hours, Sammy. 8 hours, Michael. 8 hours, Eddie. And 8 hours of girls.
No, actually, because Finish What You Started is kind of a different song than you would expect from a heavy metal or a hard rock band or a band like Van Halen. So rather than us doing the total creative control of the video, we let somebody else take the ball and run with it.
I think it's great. Came off great. The guy's a genius at editing.
Oh yeah.
That's his
Yeah,
real
we're gonna see that. We're gonna get into that video, as a matter of fact.
fun video.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Mine, all mine.
Don't give up your day job.
It's showtime.
Oh, yeah, hey, yeah. You're talking about the scale.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Guys. Ray, move down, down.
Work the body, Sam. Work the body.
I'm talking about you don't have the fast finger-moving solos as you had, you know, in the previous albums,
I
right?
think maybe your ears have slowed down.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's just that there's so many other guitarists now that are trying to do it too. That you know.
No, I think it's partially because I'm playing more melodic and our songwriting's becoming better. So obviously my guitar style changes a little bit to fit the songs, you know. But when I still do my guitar solo alone, by myself, you know, I still play just as fast.
Well, he usually uses the main one, 5150, except for the one I was just playing with. Now, this is his #2 backup for most of the set. He uses this one on Finish What You Started, you know, the new single that we have out. At the same time, Sammy uses the black one here, the Everly Brother, Gibson. He recorded it with, though, this one here, the old Gretsch, Chet Atkins Gretsch. This one here he uses for Summer Nights and Get Up off of 5150, record off of 5150. Let's see here, Sammy Hagar's main guitar. As you can see, he's from graduated school of Bondurant, speed racing. So he's maybe if he gets out of rock and roll, he'll be into you know, professional race car driver. And his second backup is this one here. This is one of my favorite ones, you know, that Hagar uses. This one here is an old Telly 12-string Sammy uses for Eagles Fly, where he does this acoustic ballad that was off that he wrote off his solo record, his last solo record that Edward produced along with Sammy. It's a real pretty song. And outside of that, the rest of them are just, these are just backups or in case he breaks a neck or whatever, you know. We'll take and whip one of these out for him. There's a couple other ones I have too, but they're...
Does Eddie break, you know, strings often?
No. I think out of about the last 100 shows, just because of the maintenance, you know, I do all the preventive maintenance on it, you know, I stretch them right. And I think he's broken one string. On 5150 tour between both guitar players, the only downtime I had was one broken string, I think, between both players out of 110 shows. But they're the greatest bunch of guys I've ever worked with in my life. You know, as far as attitude goes, they're the warmest and nicest people that I think to the whole crew. None of them have any kind of an attitude problem or a what do you call, like a...
Total, we've got like 21 modules. You see over here also, if you want to put the light over here, we've got another rack of keyboards, two EX7s and two 250s, which are used MIDI. Uses all this plus more and a lot more in the studio, whatever sound, you know, is necessary. But for live, it works great. It's very reliable, and I just have to make sure that everything's perfect every day. That's my job.
Actually, very little overdub then.
Yeah, that's the way we like to record, because some of the enjoyment of making music is playing live, and if you can't duplicate it live, then you're in trouble. Making a record, yeah, it's fun, but the audience, the one-on-one or the one-on 5,000 or one-on 2,000, you know, that type of feeling.
They say you never record with a click.
No. You know, these guys don't understand what a click is.
It ruins the track. It takes the life off.
Has something to do with the camera, right?
Click.
No, in all seriousness, no. It started off with the very first time we ever recorded, and I think Sammy would probably explain it in better terminology than I can. But,
I wasn't there the very first time.
No, I meant as far as the life. If you use a click track, why not use a synthesizer that's hooked up to a computer and use a drum box, and then we'll just put up a picture of the band.
And call yourselves the Pet Shop Boys. You know, that's really what it's all about. It's like, this is a live band. It's like, it'd be like doing fake vocals or something. You know, you got to sing. Otherwise, it's not a singer. You got to play guitar. You got to play bass. Drums, the same thing.
You have been pretty much active in this year. How was the year 1980?
Well, if we say it was great, we'd be tooting our own horn, and if we said it was not too good, we'd be lying. So, it was great. I think it was great. Yeah, we did something that's never been done in the history of rock and roll. I don't think it's called the Monsters of Rock. It's where, Van Halen has gotten to the point where we can basically tour 10, 11, 12 months a year in the continental U.S. and sell out consistently the 12 to 20,000 seaters. And rock and roll's always been a little bit over the edge. Try something different. And something that hadn't been tried is to put a show with 5 major bands on it and travel across the country. And it was great. It was a success.
Confusing,
difficult,
difficult,
but it was rock and roll.